4 conditions for creating a stronger bonding with a Ukrainian lady when you are on a date. What are they? First of all, you have to be one-on-one. One-on-one creates intimacy, closeness. You aren't distracting each other on crowds, on other people. And when you're a one-on-one, you have all your full attention to each other. And it's important. And then bonding becomes much stronger. Developing a relationship is not the first date. So in this video, we are talking about things that will help you get to know each other better, create this stronger bonding that will help you reveal more of important and interesting sides to each other. So things that will really matter and will open up that personality that you are dating right now. So second condition is do things together. You can do a lot of dates where you go and interact. Go to an adventure park. Needless to say, how fun it is. Go horseback riding. There are many ranches and places everywhere in the world. Go to a dancing class. And dancing class is like a very interesting way of interacting when you actually are leading as a guy and she follows, and women love dancing. It can be salsa, bachata, tango, waltz, any sort of a dance. Just choose one dance at a time. But if you know each other better, things like salsa and bachata are good because then it means closeness. These are sexy dancing. If you don't know each other too well, something more distant like waltz, like tango, will be more appropriate because it doesn't mean like very strong physical contact, which is also important, but we will talk about this next. You can go to a trampoline park, and of course, in the trampoline park, if you're strong, if you can jump well, you can show her and your physical power, basically just jumping right there together, or you in front of her doing different tricks, will show to a woman like, wow, he's physically strong, which is cool, but jumping together is fun. You can go to an escape room, especially two things will be covered. Intellectual connection, because in an escape room you have to solve a problem and at the same time interact physically and collaborate, which is important for creating bonding. You can make a trip for a day, and going on a trip is cool because you have to plan it, you have to drive, which gives you additional power as a man when you are the driver and you're the boss. And planning things, overcoming some challenges and difficulties during your trip may be happening, maybe not, but this really creates a good bonding and opens more who is who. Visiting caves, visiting interesting places, visiting some trails where you are, as a stronger man, have to follow have to lead and she would follow, which creates a lot of good situations where you can be cool and strong. You can go on a bike ride to a forest and bring a picnic, and then after some physical activity, just sit down and talk and relax and talk and involve food, which is giving a lot more of connection and bonding. You can visit caves, you can visit hiking trails, you can visit mountains, you can cook together. How about cooking together? But cooking means two things. Either she comes to your home, and if you know each other well and if you know each other enough, it's a good reason to invite her home, or she can invite you home. Or you can go to some place that does not mean she has to come to your home, because if you haven't been physically close, if you haven't had intimacy yet, if you weren't intimate together, in other words, then inviting her to your home may mean more. And if you aren't ready for that yet, you can go to a safe place where they do cooking and cook together and have fun. Maybe it will go into something more. And by the way, do not push intimacy on a Ukrainian woman, because as sexually developed as we are, we take sexuality as a very important aspect of relationships and life. But we don't want a man to push, because that shows his inconfidence or hypersexuality or promiscuity, which isn't anything you want to manifest to a woman, right? So wait and let her open up herself, and that will happen. But I mean, I will have videos about intimacy more later, quite soon, by the way. One of my nearest speaking clubs is going to be about that. So follow my Telegram channel and come to my speaking clubs, or watch my videos and you will see more. And of course, romantic walks, spending time when you're just walking anywhere, matters a lot. So that is good enough for really good time spending. And some women say that spending quality time together is key for them, because when they understand that the most valuable resource now that we have, which is our time, and you spend it together, you're meaningful to her and she's meaningful to you. So number 3 thing that is important for creating bonding is physical contact. I've spoken about this above. So more to add about physical contact is those activities that help you create physical contact. Well, it can be anywhere that you hold hands. For example, you can go to such a trial, such a walking track where it's difficult to walk alone. So she has to hold on to you to overcome some trouble, some distance. Or when you haven't seen each other for a little while, let's say a day or two, you can hug her and hold her at least for 60 seconds. That is so cool. That she might not be ready for it, but try, experiment with it, play with that interaction. But physical contact, not only related to sexuality, that creates a very strong bonding. When you can touch each other safely without sexual connotations, but touch and connect and grow closer together. And the fourth condition is bring something. If you're going on a bike ride, for example, take some apples, take something, bring something that you are happy to share. Of course, if you go out to a restaurant or somewhere where you don't do much activity, then bring flowers. Or you may buy flowers as you go and you see nice bouquet or a florist, but those can not necessarily be like a bouquet of flowers. Some women really like flowers in a pot. And for women, this also means that they stay longer, and it's like a gift. So needless to speak about the power of flowers, but mentioning it again doesn't hurt, right? Something small, a nice gift, something that means that you've taken the time to get to know what she likes. Maybe a magazine that is related to one of the topics you were discussing before, or maybe that can be a little keychain that shows something funny that you've discussed. But definitely, gifts are the language of love. And in Ukrainian culture, that shows that man cares. So read more about bringing gifts to a Ukrainian woman. I won't dedicate this video entirely to gifts, but that matter a lot. And in our culture, when you're bringing something to a woman and give it to her, shows her that you care, that you're coming with a welcome, that you are bringing security and safety, you're bringing resources. And the woman creates a stronger bonding. Not necessarily, because if you're a bad person or if you're talking about like sleazy things, it's not going to create bonding. But if everything else is right and you are thoughtful and you bring little things that matter, And bring bigger gifts when it's a birthday or it's an important date for you. For example, you've been dating for, let's say, half a year or something like that. Then it shows your attitude in a positive way. So I wish you to have great relationships with a Ukrainian woman. If you haven't found one, I'm here. My name is Natalie Koval, and I'm an international matchmaker, helping foreign men and women meet and create happy relations together. So, see you at my personal interview, and let's find your soulmate